the thing that I've recently, I guess, in the change in my reporting of recast T'Challa, when I was always so high on once I'm saying it is going to be T'Challa, they're going to recast him, and then I've come down on that because I have stepped in, I guess, the realization and reality. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel any type of way or make it sound like you're living in a fantasy world or anything like that. But I get it. You want the character. I want the character. We all love this character. We deserve to see this character on screen. But what we are all failing to realize, well, most of us are failing to realize, is that Marvel has a plan. And outside of anything else that we may want, that plan is going to stick. And I broke it down like this before. All the scoopers, it's crazy to me. And I'm not trying to come at anybody. It's crazy to me, the scoops that we pick and choose to believe. If it's a scoop that we want to happen, then it's like, oh, that's definitely got to be true. But if it's a scoop that is not on the same playing field that you want it to be on, then it's like, that's not true. That can't happen. These are the same scoopers that deliver the same scoops that you like, sometimes that you don't like other times. So if we are believing Jeff Snyder on this, but not believing him on that, and we're believing Alex on this, but not believing him on that, and all the others, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So here's the thing. Jeff said what he said when Jeff was the first one to break it and said what he said. And we've gone over this many times when he said, I don't know if it was T'Challa, T'Cola. I don't know. He said, all I know is it's a male Black Panther, a black guy, his words, a black guy. They're looking at a black guy to come in and be the next male Black Panther. That's all I know. Then he says something about semantics. All right. Now let's move it over to what Alex over at the Cosmic Circus said. He was specifically asked in his Q&A, hey, Alex, is it T'Challa that it's going to be a variant? He said, I've not heard that. I've heard everything that I've heard from behind the scenes points to Tucson, points to the child being a variant, points to them moving forward in Black Panther 3 with the variant. That's when he broke the scoop about it being Black Panther 3 possibly being a horror film or whatever. So now you move over to Charles Murphy, who hasn't said shit. Charles is not even in the scooping game like that no more. Charles even came out and said, all of my sources, everybody behind the scenes that I'm hearing are telling me it is this child. You got Divinity Seeker. I could go on and on. You've got Geeky Cast. All of these different scoopers are saying the exact same things. And if all their sources are telling them the exact same thing, we have to, at some point, step into the reality that we may not see him on screen. And again, come on, what more evidence do you need? Look at the video game evidence that you just got. Look at that just came out. And look at the stuff from the cartoons. Bro, they don't care. We care. They don't.
In the cartoon, instead of seeing T'Challa, who's supposed to be the Black Panther in Marvel Presents, when Spider-Man is an old, grown-ass adult, instead they made T'Chaka his dad, the Black Panther. So they're kind of been like sidelining him out of the way and trying to say like, well, yeah, we know Marvel has a sliding timeline, and it's for everyone who's not T'Challa. And then there's also what you said about the video game, not just the Captain America video game with Black Panther Azuri, but the video game called Black Panther, the first ever Black Panther game. Black Panther's the solo, and you can choose who your Panther is. It doesn't have to be T'Challa. And making this like the Mantle franchise, diluting the brand, and when it's clearly the Black Panther's franchise. I have so many of these things here, and they're all about him with supporting characters. With a time or two, you might see Casper Cole become Black Panther. You might see Shuri be the Black Panther while he's still on majority of those pages of those comics. You might see a side story about his grandfather. They're trying to dilute the brand to the general movie audience, who, for all they know, there's only 2 Black Panther movies. One of them doesn't have him in it. I see it. Okay, I'm not completely delusional. Call me optimistic. Call me trying to manifest this good thing. I get it. Let what Darius just said, everyone, drive a fire underneath you to make it very clear, like, no T'Challa, no dollar. This is what we'll do. We won't pay money, and promise we will pay money if it is T'Challa. We'll bring groups with us. We'll share this great character and make sure that we can do what was done in 1978 with the Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and how he just reached another like level, like after the Superman sequel, and kind of solidified, oh, Superman's here to stay. Or like with the Spider-Man movie, oh, Spider-Man's here to stay. He's box office. We'll be getting him for years and years, eons, just like we get James Bond over and over. Even when James Bond changes ownership, we get him forever. I want that for this character, not this mantle.
And everybody always uses this one as a kind of debunker. And I always have to come back and say this. Marvel Rivals is not done by Marvel Studios. It has nothing to do with Marvel Studios. It's nothing. It is the Japanese, or it's a Chinese company that's doing that. So they're going to put every character in there, in whatever their video game. T'Challa's alive. You know, it's a Marvel video game that has nothing to do with the MCU. Absolutely nothing to do with the MCU.
It's not Kevin.